Welcome to God's Daughter. Today we're going to be discussing with my daughter Vanessa. We're going to be discussing about Joseph. What do you know about Joseph?
He went to the well.
He went to the well. Why did his brother throw him down the well?
Because they were jealous of him.
Jealous of him, right. Why were they jealous of him?
Because the jacket.
The jacket. Well, that's part of it, but also the father gave him the jacket, the coat, and also he favored Joseph. Because the reason why is because he was from Rachel. Rachel was one of his best, the one that he loved so much. So that was the reason why. After that, what did the brothers did?
Sent him to Egypt.
Sold him to Egypt. And what happened in Egypt?
He went to jail.
But why did he go to jail? Because he was falsely accused by his wife. She wanted to what? What she wanted to do?
To put him in jail.
Yeah, because she falsely accused him because she wanted to lay with him. But he said no. He said, how could I do this wicked thing, Lord? So he went to jail because she falsely accused him. And now he's in jail. What happened after that? What happened after that?
And the two customers, he told the dreams to them.
He told the dream to two workers that work for the king, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of them was a good dream that he was going to go back to work. And then the other one was that he was going to be hanged, right? And the birds were going to eat his flesh, supposedly. What happened after that? After a few more years, what happened? What happened to the king?
The king put David. David was the king.
No. What happened after the king? The king. What dream did the king have? Remember he had a dream?
He had two skinny cows and two fat cows.
Very good. And what was the definition of that dream? Joseph went and interpreted, right, to the king. So what happened after the king? What was the interpretation of the dream? Famine, right?
Famine.
There was going to be a famine in the land for 7 years, right? Correct?
Uh-huh.
So what happened was they went and started preparing for this famine, right? Because if they don't prepare, guess what? You have no food, and you're gonna starve, right? So God was preparing them for that. God gave him the dream, so then Joseph can go in, and then they can go and prepare. See, God made provision already for it, and so Joseph came out of jail. He became second of command, right? Supposedly. And what happened after that?
The brothers came. The brother came to Joseph.
Yeah, they came to Joseph, right? And what happened? Did the brothers recognize him?
No.
Did Joseph recognize them?
Yes.
Yes, he did, right? So what was he doing? He was testing them to see if they changed, to see if they still had that jealousy in them, right? So he was testing them, asking them, "Oh, you guys came and you guys are spies." And then said, "No, we're not a spy." And then he threw, I believe he threw one of them in jail because he asked them, "Oh, do you have another brother?" And they say, "Yes, his name is Benjamin. Bring him back, and then you get your other brother back." So supposedly they went back to Canaan, right? They went back to Canaan, and then they had to bring Joseph. At first, Jacob didn't want Joseph to go because Benjamin was his only son from Rachel. So then but they had no choice. So they went back to Egypt, right? And what happened after that? What happened when they went back to Egypt? What happened? What happened? Benjamin went, yeah. But what did Joseph do first? He went and he had a dinner for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had them sit down by order, correct? Mm-hmm. So after that, he went and put a cup in Benjamin's bag of food because they were going back with food. And then his guards went and checked all their back. He said, well, did one of you stole the second command zone? And the brother said, no. And no, we did not. And if we did, then hire us as one of your servants. So then they would check his bag, right? And then what happened after that?
He said we had to take Benjamin.
You gotta take Benjamin, right? And what did the brothers do? What did the brothers do?
They say no, don't send Benjamin in jail.
Why? Why did they say that?
Because the father loved him so much.
And because they thought that Joseph had died, so they said, so supposedly they lied to the father because the father thought that he was dead, but he wasn't. They sent him away to Egypt. But supposedly the story was that, you know, they were humble. They said, no, take me instead. Don't take him. And then Joseph realized that they did change. And then when he realized that, then he confessed that he was Joseph to them. And then they were bowing down to him and they gave him a hug. And he said, no, guys, I forgive you. Everything was for a purpose. Even though everything was bad, but God had a purpose behind it. Right? Correct? That's why the Bible said he works for all of those that he worked for the good for all of those that are called according to his purpose, because Joseph was called according to God's purpose. So he had a plan for Joseph, even though everything looked really bad and terrible, but he still had faith and trust in God, right? So then after that, what happened? Jacob came and they went to live with Joseph. So that's when the Israelites started building in Egypt, correct? Thank you guys for listening. But we can learn from this lesson. And one thing we can learn is jealousy is not the key to everything. And that's why we should always make sure we treat children fairly and don't have any favoritism. Make sure we discipline them correctly by God's grace. And because what it does, it builds up jealousy in the family. And that's what happened in this family. But at the end, everything came out beautiful. So God worked it all out, and the brothers repented of what they did. And this was the story that we presented, and I hope you guys love it, and there's more to come. Thank you, and God bless everyone.